Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reselling Rhythms. In today's live stream video, I'm going to discuss reselling on the various e-commerce platforms with my guest, have him share his tips, strategies to help us make us more successful and profitable resellers. Every Wednesday, I have a live stream where I interview another reseller and have them share their tips, tricks, and techniques to make us more knowledgeable and profitable. If you're interested in reselling, then you are in the right place. I want to pop in the chat and say hello to a few people, and then we will get this party started, as I like to say. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I want to welcome Sharon, my moderator, and Randy, I believe, is in the chat, a moderator. And we also are happy to have Johnny, the Cajun Roots reseller, in the chat, Beth, reseller rowboat. So we shall get started. Like I tell the people, I don't like to keep the people waiting that are watching the replay. At least I know when I watch videos, I don't like to keep myself waiting. So we'll get started, guys. So let me introduce my guest, and we'll bring him on. My guest today is Bill from Gnome and the Frogs. Now, Bill will explain to you, but he's a team with his husband, Dave, and he'll explain his reselling business to you, and we'll get into how he kind of rebooted their business and got it more profitable and got it growing again with what's going on in the world. We're not going to mention it, but what's going on in the world, they had to kind of retool things. So we'll have him come in and explain to him what he did and how he did it. So let me add him to the stream here. And Mr. Bill, why don't you introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, as soon as I unmute myself. Hello?
Oh, yeah, I have you unmuted. We're good.
You good? Okay. Hey, everyone, what's going on? My name is Bill. I'm the other half of our Gnome and the Frog, my husband, Dave. We've been doing this since 2017, I believe. So we are definitely a year and a half as full-timers. Real quick backstory, a coworker started talking about YouTube about 4 years ago and lit the light bulb in my brain that I had for like many, many years. And I took $20, went over and bought a trivia game, flipped it for 20, then took that money and got some more stuff. And then Dave got on board when I bought a $5 printer, and we flipped it on eBay for $80 plus shipping. And he was like all gung-ho and got me some lights, and then we moved from that to the basement, and we are now at 2,580 listings, I believe. And 3 years later, we have been full-time for a year and a half, and we did not touch any of our income for 2 solid years. In 2020, we started to give ourselves a paycheck, and we've been doing it ever since. And we also, real quick, followed Dave Ramsey's way and worked our butt off for 2 years and did a ton of overtime and paid off everything but our house. So we run a debt-free business. We do not take credit for anything. If we don't have the cash, we don't buy it.
Right. I was going to get into that a little bit later, but we'll discuss your financial philosophy and all the gurus you follow and how it motivates you guys to sell and keeps you in line, keeps you growing. Sure. So wanted to just talk about, again, you've been on the show before, guys, so I'm gonna link, after I get this video posted, I'll link the show that we did prior with Bill on it, and I'll put that in the end screen. So if you guys would enjoy what you're seeing here today with Bill and learn something, which I'm sure you will, then you can watch the previous video that I did with Bill. And Bill and I did a little bit of YouTube shows for a little bit of time, and like I said, he's busy concentrating on his business right now. So maybe 6 months to a year from now, we'll be doing them again on a semi-regular basis. At least that's the plan. So we did the show. I enjoyed it 100%, but I was finding out that it was taking the time away, and I had to get my shoes into order, and so unfortunately we put it on hold for a while. But yes, I would like to get back into it probably 6 months or so. I also stopped, if anybody's following me, and I apologize for not putting out any messages, I've also stopped making the YouTube videos. I'm finding it more productive for me to get on real quick Instagram and throw a 2-minute video up and call it a day, instead of spending 3 hours editing and cutting and paste, copy and paste and all that. Yep, absolutely.
But I am highly, highly active on Instagram. I post every morning for those that follow me, inspirational and a good morning saying. I do the same on Facebook, and believe it or not, I've found people that follow me are actually caught on and doing the same thing. So, guys, positive thinking takes you a long way.
And I have Bill's Facebook, Instagram, and his eBay store listed in my description of the video below, guys. So I know Johnny's a big proponent of helping each other out. Johnny Cage Reseller. So again, I'm a fan of that also, guys. If you can help each other out, use each other's affiliate links, purchase from each other's stores, that's a help. So again, Bill's eBay store, his Instagram, and also his Facebook business page are in the description below.
We're on Poshmark. It's at WPF DVR 1 and the @ symbol in front of it.
Okay, you told me you're going to send it to me. I never received it, so
yeah,
I can add it after the fact. If you
spend money all day today.
Why not? You're out busy sourcing. Well, that's another thing. We get into that a little bit because I know like people like seeing the treasures that you found. So we'll show some of those a little bit later. But once you just get into the meat and potatoes of it, your business model, basically, what you were doing, what you decided to do to kind of reboot your business when it was kind of slacking a little bit. So why don't you tell the people what you're selling and your new business philosophy, so to speak?
Absolutely. Well, about a year and a half ago, I was talking to Sydney, and unfortunately, her Instagram is not popping in my head right now. And she had told me that Levi's and American Eagle jeans sell really, really good on Poshmark. So with that being said, I told Dave, because we were just going out and pretty much if you can sell it, we were buying it. And then we decided that we wanted to take our business in a different direction. So we made ourselves a target then of at least $25 and that was a year ago. So we have pushed it up to at least $35 we try to buy our items for. So with that being said, jeans, Dave took the reins and just took it off. And we have now over, I think, 1,500 pairs of jeans. And then I started focusing on sneakers, which I'll show you later. And we have almost 300 pairs of sneakers up online. And pretty much of trying to get rid of the 20-hour sales and just flushing them out of the store.
Yeah, I just want to correct you a little bit. What you're trying to do is raise your average selling price. Yeah. You said you would purchase price, but you're talking about your average selling price. That's right. That's right.
The nerves.
It happens.
The nerves in the lingo.
I paid attention.
Yes, our average sale price.
Right. And you want to increase your average sale price, and again, so you're like I always talk about these different sayings. And I tell you, prop sales taught me the value of time. Or so in other words, if you list something, you're going to make $3-4, and it takes the same amount of time to list something when you make $25, and it sells, relatively the same time frame. Obviously, you want to list the thing that you can make $25.
Sure. And
so that's the kind of the philosophy. So that was one of the things that you did to kind of retool your business.
Yes. And we also have tried to do like the time studies on how much we, at the time, from the time we purchase it to the time it gets listed. And Dave has got himself down to, I believe it's like an hour and a half. I could be wrong. And because of the cleaning of the shoes, it takes me about, from start to finish, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2.5 hours. But I'm also cleaning 10 shoes and getting 10 shoes listed in that. So he's also come up with a couple charts that we do. He uses this. He's made this up himself. And basically it just tells you, a description of the item, the size, and when we do the measurements, and then he'll take this paper and lay it down here for me, behind me, on that table behind me, where the fish is. That's our staging table, and I'll photograph the jeans. I'll take this paper up to him, and then each platform that he puts it on, he'll give himself a check mark to make sure he got it correctly. And this goes on Poshmark and on eBay. We do not use List Perfect yet because we find that it's not. For our business model, we can pretty much do it just as fast.
Manually, as opposed to using the services, right? Especially with eBay, with all the different item specifics they're adding now, it's kind of cumbersome. At least that's what I'm hearing. I don't use it either, but that's what I'm hearing from some of the other larger resellers.
And then he made one for my sneakers. Same thing. And then I do the same thing. I just do it a little bit differently. When I do the 3 platforms, I'll do 3 different colors and just run a check all the way across. So
right, and again, you're batching things. You're making things a system, so you're more profitable with your time. You're more,
more productive with time and
more productive with time, profitable, productive, exactly. Yep.
And then a real quick, and I know I'm jumping around, but I just wanted to show these real quick. Dave's also made an accountability sheet for selling things on other platforms. He came up with this idea. We've been doing this since the end of January. And we take this out when we go sourcing, when we go visit family. This goes with us.
And what exactly is that? You never, I mean, you mentioned it to me, you never described it to me.
So what we want to do is, and I'll show you later when I tour the store. Over here, you'll see that's the item number that we give it, that it's sold on. And then we're going to do the item that's sold, what platform it's sold on, and then after we put the S on that platform, then we go to the other platforms, and as we visit that platform, we check off where it belongs. And obviously you can see the jeans weren't on Facebook and Macari, but my shoes are.
All right, so what you're saying is if it's listed on multiple platforms, you have that on that sheet.
Yes, and then
so if you have something on Poshmark and on eBay, you would have that it's on whatever abbreviation you use for that.
And then we date,
and then you remove it. You make sure you remove it.
Yep, and then we date when it's sold, and then now what he can do when he comes down in the morning, as you can see, these are not highlighted over here.
Right.
He'll come down in the morning, he'll pull this sheet, and then he'll go to the different bins and match it with the shipping, match what we have in his physical hand. And that way the right item gets to the right person. David does his shipping.
Well, Dave does all the shipping. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So again, Johnny Cajun Roots Resell was complimenting on your very attractive flowery shirts behind you. That's a kind of niche that you've added to your business model, correct?
Yes. I am flushing out all my shirts, and I have decided that I am selling the Hawaiian shirts. If it's got flair to it, like what you see behind me, I am selling them anywhere between $30 and $35. I am not going with what that item, like say, like a St. John's Bay. It might sell.
Right. Oh yeah.
I'm saying it might sell for $10.
Yeah, exactly. That's not worth your time to sell something that's only $10.
Popping like this color here. If it's popping, then I'm putting that up for $30.
Right. Sure. Absolutely.
I am not going by the name. I am going by the design of the shirt.
By the design. Exactly. Yep.
So my point is I'm going to flush out all our shirts and t-shirts and concentrate on Hawaiian shirts. And I've been doing it for about 3 weeks now. It hasn't really caught on. I've had a couple offers on shirts, and I will go as low as 25. But it's a new model that I want to try as far as Hawaii.
Well, we're going to get into that again, your rule of thumb, but basically you want to take your purchase price, your average cost of goods, and multiply it at least 4 times.
Yes.
So if you pay $5 for something, what was your listing price? Because again, Bill's going to get into it, but he pads it because we'll get into what he does. Yeah, he always has best offers. He sends offers to watchers, but we'll pretty much promotions. We'll get into that. But explain your system.
Okay, the way our pricing system works is when we're outsourcing, if we know we can get that $35, we will times that by 25%. And that leaves room for all the fees and taxes and everything that goes with that product.
So if you're going to list something for $35, you don't want to pay more than 25% of that.
Which comes out to $7.
So that's about, 8 and change, $9 would be $36. Yep.
Yeah. And then a $40 item, obviously $10.
Right.
And what was happening, we were kind of putting on the handcuffs as far as sourcing because we were only going out on half price day.
Right.
And then about 2 weeks ago, Dave and I were like, why don't we just go on a regular day and see what we can actually get for our price? And we're finding that now with this system in place, we can go sourcing any day of the week.
And you're finding better quality because they've already been picked over. The better items, so to speak, have been picked over. So when they get to the half price day or dollar days, most of the good items have already been kind of picked through.
Yes. For instance, today
that's a great tip.
Today I went to one store. We visited 5 stores today, and I went to one store and I used that 25% sell or cost of goods.
Right.
And everything I bought was a green tag, which was full price today, and I'm still going to make money on it. So
while we're talking about that, just what comes to my mind, once you show those sneakers that you got, give me the Bolo on the new brand that I'm not even familiar with.
Yes.
And we show that while we're thinking about it and talking about it.
Okay. I found.
So again, guys, this is another philosophy that Bill and Dave came up with. They're sourcing at full price if it works into their pricing system, and they've also really expanded their sourcing distance. Basically,
Yeah.
what they're doing is they're starting at their home and they're running a route and they're going up one way. I guess I don't. What are you going north or
Like
going west? Or?
Today I'm out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, so we traveled to Selinsgrove, which is about a 2-hour drive.
That's northwest.
That is north of Harrisburg.
Okay, so they went north and they hit stores up on the way, and they came back down and they hit stores on the way down.
Then we worked our way through Harrisburg, Mechanicsburg, and then we stopped and got some gas and stuff, and then we hit the local. We hit a Salvation Army up there in Mechanicsburg. And then we came down and hit the Salvation Army here. Now, we were going to do York, but it was getting around 5 o'clock, and we didn't want to trust traffic and me not showing up.
The weather's kind of nasty around here, too, this afternoon.
Yeah. But anyway,
so, again, guys, we talk about, we always talk about sourcing. We talk about get what's prolific in your area. So, I mean, I talk about sourcing with my Goodwills, and I was on with Johnny and Billy today and talking about how prices are kind of high around here with the Goodwills and whatnot. And I have a lot of Walmart and, Target brands. So Bill and Dave's philosophy was, you know what? Let's go further out, source further out. And we'll go on different days. We just won't go on half price days or dollar days. We'll go on full price days, and maybe we'll find more profitable resellable items. Mm-hmm. And it's working for you guys.
Yes. I found these really cool Asics. That's a brand that I carry a lot of.
They're really sharp.
I paid the full price of $5.99, and these will go for $40.
You'll never find that for $5.99 around here. That's great buy.
I bought these are really cool. I think they're a track shoe. It's Adidas, and I got this one. This one we paid half, and I can do 40 on this one. So, and it just needs some cleaning up, but the tread's real good on it. So,
while we're talking about athletic shoes, why don't you just give us a couple quick tips about athletic shoes, what you look for when you're purchasing them?
Sure. I made a little bit of a rookie mistake, but it's on the inside, so I can kind of trim this up. You can see the little flaw inside there, but I'll just
that's something you have to definitely check for.
But what I normally do is bend the shoe.
Bend test, absolutely.
And you want to make sure it's not pulling away.
Any kind of separation. Make sure there's no separation.
The tips, the tread. I've been making the mistake of buying tread, and it's like going like south one way, and now I'm trying to get it where it just lays flat, so there's no wear. Because I get a lot of questions of what's the life of the sole. So
they're not your shoes,
like trying to find the full tread.
Right.
And then you want to check around the edge of the shoe. Now, I did have a customer that's returning shoes because I have a pair of Nikes in the back. I guess the back broke, and it slides down the back of her foot, so they're coming back. And then you want to check around the edge, and then around the eyelids, up in here. Make sure there's no tears, no wear in the back of the heel. And definitely, I was talking to, I follow Renzi now, and I emailed them. They do not buy shoes, even though it's a good price, unless there's a sole inside.
It's sole.
Now, shoes without laces, go to anywhere and buy laces for like a couple bucks.
All right, so basically you're saying do not buy shoes unless they have insoles, good quality insoles in them.
I found these really cool Merles. These will go for about $50, and again, I paid full price. It's $8. But this pair, first pair I picked up of the day, it's the furthest spot away. And I don't know if anybody's heard of this name. Kuru, I think you pronounce it.
I have no idea. Kuru, yeah.
And I paid $8. And when I did my search, I almost fell over. That's a sold price right there. That $84.99 is almost exactly what I have in same size. And the highest pair, well, these are more boots, but the highest pair of sneakers sold for like $79. So
basically 10 times your cost of goods is what the sole was.
So I spent $185 today, and this pair of shoes will pay for almost half of my, or at least, I'll get at least half my money back.
Now, your philosophy is also that the buyer pays for shipping, correct?
Yes, we do. We do not do free shipping.
You do calculated shipping?
We do calculated shipping. We also, with that price, Dave came up with a price chart. We have a certain number that we price it at, and then that gives us a 20% sale that we do 3 days a week. We do it Monday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Friday, and then Friday to Monday.
So you're pulsing the sale, and you take the sale off for a couple hours, and you start another sale.
I will end the sale at 9 p.m. and restart the sale at 9:30, 10 o'clock, whenever I get around to it. Like today I went out, so I programmed it to start off at 9:30. So there was a half-hour break. So it gives us the opportunity that they may buy it at the full price. And then that gives us a $5 bargaining. After we set that 20%, we still have $5 to bargain with that customer.
Now, do you do any free shipping on any of your smaller items? You always charge shipping.
Yes.
And you do not have free returns, correct?
We do have returns.
You do have returns, or you have free returns?
Okay, we do free returns.
You do free returns.
We do free returns.
But the buyer pays for shipping on everything.
Yes. And we do not refund, I believe, and Dave can correct me if he's around.
The initial shipping you don't refund.
We do not give back the initial shipping.
Right. Yeah. Cost for you.
Sure.
Well, cost for them technically, but
that's pretty much,
you don't have to eat that. Yeah.
That's pretty much how we have to do that. But yeah, these were the coolest find. So I'm going to be excited to see how fast these sell. So, and then found this out Saturday. And of course I can't play it, but if you guys come across these.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
Saturday I paid $3 for one. I have it up listed. I have 5 watchers on it, and I have it up for $50.
That's Billy the Bass?
This one is Big Mouth Billy Bass.
Big Mouth Billy Bass.
I have Tommy the Trout in the other room.
Tommy the Trout.
They had $12 on it. It came with the box, but the box was kind of beat up.
Okay.
There's the box. But
they must be going for $40-$50 now, right?
I will sell this. I will list this for $50.
$50, and you'll probably get 40 for it and take it, right? Plus shipping.
Yes.
There's else? A bolo for you.
Yes, that is a bolo. Yeah. So that's pretty much how we do things. We take everything down to 33% of whatever we gross, only because for the taxes and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's a whole different story, and I can't see any chat, so I don't know who's asking.
That's questions. Right. I'm paying attention to the chat, and Sharon's watching, and Randy's in the chat as well.
But
Beth says that the shark gets big money. I never saw the shark one.
I haven't seen the shark one yet either. So like today, for instance, I put it up on Instagram. I spent $185. It came out to $37.90 per store. We visited 5 stores.
Average cost of goods.
Average cost of goods coming out of each store.
Right. So how many items did you get, ballpark?
We got 32 items. We got 5 jeans, 6 shirts, and 21 sneakers. And my average cost on every
21 pairs of sneakers.
Yes.
Wow. Good for
you. Yesterday, I went out yesterday and came home with 12.
Okay.
Because Dave has a ton full of jeans that'll get him through another week, and I only have enough shoes to get me maybe till Saturday.
Okay.
We try to go out at least once a week.
Okay. Did you want to attempt to do the tour? I'll mute you, and then
yes.
Okay. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna go to just me. And when you're ready, let me pop in, and I'll add you to the stream. So, guys, what Bill wanted to do was he's going to set up with his phone, and he's going to set up. I'm going to do like a quickie tour and show you basically how his warehouse / basement is set up, how he does his business, how he really great inventory system that he uses. He's going to show you his photographing area. So we're just going to get basically like a little tour of his business. So he's setting up his phone now. It's a little tricky. So let me pop in here. I think we're good to go. On mute, and we'll remove that, and we should be good to go here. Okay, why don't you talk so I can hear you, Bill? Well, that's the problem we're having. Okay. Yeah. I can't hear you. Are you unmuted? Yep, having trouble hearing you. All right, guys. So we're having trouble unhearing hearing him, and if I open up the other one, we'll have it. All right, we're just gonna put him on here. He's gonna do a tour because we're having a problem with this.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
We
So
tried
anyway,
practicing before, guys. We had issues, and apparently we had issues again. But forgive us.
let me start from the furthest room. This
Okay.
here is where we store all our hard goods. And as you can see, Dave built these racks, and we have location tags. So this would be SR1A, and then we put that in the which box is it? Category box. And then we label each one, and then each item has its spot. And then I know, like, if I sell,
like on the eBay, they have the hidden SKU box, which
Yeah.
is where I typically put all my information. You put pricing information, purchase date.
like if I was to sell this item, I know that it is on shelf SR5C. So, and that's how we identify things in this room.
Now, where did you get these racks? I forget.
Dave got them at Walmart and I think Big
Sam's.
Lots, but most
Big
of them,
Lots. Big Lots. Okay.
90% of them were at Walmart.
Okay.
And then for our books, sorry for the noise, we have them all categorized here. And then each drawer has its own FC1, FC2, and so on. So, and then in here, this is where we do all our shipping. We have all our supplies are up here. And then we use the tissue paper. We individually wrap each shoe. When it goes
I got to interrupt you for 1 second.
Sure.
Johnny was gracious enough to remind everybody. I used mine a couple days ago, but remember, guys, today is your last day to use your eBay store coupon. So if you have a store, you can use your coupon every quarter. So as long as you don't have a starter store, you can use your coupon, because starter stores do not have coupons, but all the other stores do have coupons, and you have to use them or you lose them.
So, and then there's our figurines that we use when we put.
There's a gnome and a frog, right?
Here's our thermal printer that Dave connects to the computer.
And what is that, a Rollo? What is your thermal printer?
Yes, it is a Rollo.
Okay.
And then he uses this box. I also use this for photographing. He keeps the computer on here and then plugs it in here. And that just is just so it's eye level for him. And then just storage here. That's a staging table. It gets junky every so often. And then this one is where we store this is where he puts all his jeans for when I'm ready to photograph. And then over here we have our inspirational sayings, the people that we follow. And then we just started doing the accountability for listings. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Say hello to my Mr. Dragon over here.
Hello, Mr. Dragon.
But this over here is the reason why.
Now look at that system. Now that's an inventory system.
This is why Adam and I put it on pause. I went through each and every shelf. And because we are betting our business at $35 and higher model, I took out 80 pairs of shoes that just weren't even in that model. And I went through every shelf, every sneaker to make sure it's on 3 different platforms, sometimes 4. And that would be Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. And
now,
again,
what has your experience been with typically with athletic shoes? Did they sell for a higher price on Poshmark or it varies?
they have been, but they're all over the place. Sometimes Mercari, I'll get a high price, but most of my high prices are coming from Poshmark. Second would be eBay, and third would be Mercari.
Okay. For those of you that live near a Costco, Randy says Costco has good prices on racks as well.
Okay. So then now when I sell a shoe, SH1B, I only have to go through 9 shoes instead of 230. And then
that's a heck of a system when you have to organize.
And then we bought.
And you don't pre-bag them. You leave them like that. You don't put them in a bag with a number.
Not
right.
shoes. Shoes.
Do you have any kind of tag on those shoes, or you just know the location?
We just know that shelf 1B, it's got one of these 9 shoes or one of the shoes that sold.
Gotcha.
Versus 230. And then Dave bought extra racks, and then we put in smaller shelves. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves. And then over here, and if I'm walking too fast, tell me. I just started putting them in bins also. And now we have 4 or 5 bins.
Okay.
There's 8 shoes per bin.
There's a question in the chat from Erica. She wants to know, do you just source used shoes only, or do you purchase new shoes as well?
I've tried arbitraging shoes at the
doing retail arbitrage.
Stuff. I find more, my time is more valuable going after the used shoes.
Okay.
It's like this pair here, I arbitraged over a year and a half ago, and they're still sitting on the shelf.
Still sitting there. Yeah.
Where
you can't sell them at a competitive price, so people aren't getting a bargain. And people typically are shopping for bargains when they're purchasing online, unless they're buying from Amazon. They just want to get it quick and quote unquote free delivery.
So what I'll do is, like that tag, that D39,
right
on the jean.
Mm-hmm.
I will come over to the table and photograph it on this table with our design. I'll bag it, and then I'll put it away. And then I take this list upstairs, and then Dave will list in the morning everything. And then we cut our plush down, but this is eventually going away. I'm eventually getting plush out of our store. It just doesn't it doesn't fit our model. Right.
You can't make the profit that you want to.
Just like all these shirts. Now what we did is we took all our shirts minus the Hawaiian shirts, and they're now 50% off in our store, and all my plush is 40% off. Just until we wash it out.
And are you still going to use your system of the lower priced items that aren't selling? Are you still going to take them to the flea market and try to unload those? Okay.
Like all the shoes that I pulled off this rack,
right?
I will take it to the flea market, and we're probably going to go the first week after Christmas. I'll show you the shoes here.
First week after Easter.
Easter, thank you.
Right.
All right, and then this is our storage room. That's all our boxes over there.
Okay.
And this shelf here is stuff that needs to be processed.
Right.
That's stuff that's listed. But all those shoes you see on the floor, they're all the shoes I pulled that are no longer worth being listed.
Let me interrupt you for a couple quick things.
Sure.
Lisa wants to know, what is your return rate on shoes?
Maybe 1 out of every 10, I would say.
So it's that high, 10%? And
then that's kind of, I actually have to pull the returns to actually answer that question. Right. But I'm saying about 1 out of every 10 to 15, and most of it's for size. So I had one woman is returning a pair because she thought that the sole was too far gone. So. And then
that's something you got to eat, though, right? Because they did an INAT on that, or they just how did they return that?
What happens is people will ask us what the life of the shoe is, and I just have to be honest with them, say I'm a reseller, and and then I say medium, or and then that's all our supplies, and I'll just answer them with I feel as though it's medium, and then here's the shoes that still have to be listed. So, but anyway, let me get back to.
Yeah, let me remove you from there. Oh.
Yeah, let me come back on.
Yeah, I didn't want to get feedback, so
hold on.
Let me mute you. Oh. That's the problem, guys, when we're doing this. So unfortunately, Bill doesn't have any earpods or earbuds or anything. Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you now, fine. Yep.
So anyway, and then we have these black racks. We have 3 more upstairs and 1 in that foyer you saw.
Right.
And we are up to letter M. Oh, and then over here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but on the ground, that's my baskets. That's the basket. The H to J is for the hallway, and I haven't added M yet, but the K to M will go upstairs. And then we have to walk that up 3 flights.
Sharon says she loves you. Take us on a tour. So, what would you I gotta phrase this.
Sure.
What would you say the secret to you retooling the store was, besides selling at higher average selling price? What I mean, expanding your sourcing area, obviously, right?
Being firm and staying, you work hard to terapic your price. So don't let anybody talk down. If you really think that item is worth $35 and they're trying to talk you down to 25, just say, hey, we apologize, but I feel as though this product is worth X amount of dollars. And that's what we tell the customer, you know, unless it's been in the store for like a year, year and a half, then we might give that $8 to $10 and give it away. No, we're not give it away, but sell it.
Right. Now, you said you have free returns. You have free returns on shoes, correct?
Yes, we have free returns on everything.
Now, Lisa says she has buyer pays for return shipping.
Okay.
But I guess that discourages people from purchasing. But I mean, again, you know your business better than I do, but I wouldn't think you're at 10%. I would think you're probably lower than 10%.
I think I'm lower than that too.
Yeah.
I just off the top of my head, but
right.
So, but yeah. So that's Dave's put all these plans,
these systems into place. Well, that's why you guys work so well together. I mean, you both work very hard, but he's very analytical when he's in the numbers, and so you guys work really well together.
Dave's previous job, he wore like 7 different hats, and he took care of logistics up in the office. He
so that fits his niche, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we worked for a paper company,
mm-hmm.
So he worked in printing, and he took care of scheduling in the printing department. Bindery, he ran the scheduling in the bindery and had to schedule everybody on the board every day. He ran the office upstairs, and he did making sure that all the right pallets and weights were put in the right trucks. And he also did postal for the bulk packaging, and he worked in the postal room. So
this is a vacation for him compared to what he was doing before.
Yeah, he worked a lot. But he's very, very, very good with the how do I say? the spreadsheets. Thank you. I can't Excel. Right. Thank you. Okay. And we use GoDaddy.
Right. That's the other thing too. Some people use GoDaddy. Right. Is like some people use QuickBooks.
Well, I think that's what makes, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I think that's what makes, and trust me, we had plenty of nights where we had arguments and tears and crying and, you know, I don't want to do this and being stubborn elephant in the room. But, you know, after seeing how these things work, and I was the stubborn one, I mean, honestly, and he had all these plans in place, and it you know, after seeing the results, you know, I go back and I say, oh, I'm sorry for, you know, not understanding your system, but I'm bullheaded, and it takes me a while to get things. But after I see how it works, it's like, you know, like I was against doing something like this.
Right.
You know? And I was listing on my phone, and I was finding out that I had so many mistakes because
it's tough to. I know some people love listing on their phones, but it's difficult.
Because I would photograph this shoe, and then I'd copy and paste it on 4 different platforms. And if I copy something wrong, then the listing over here is wrong, and the listing over here is wrong. Yeah. Now
you multiply that mistake, right? Yep.
And it took me 2 years to figure it out that he was right. And
you're stubborn. I can be stubborn too.
But that's what I think. What I was getting at, I think that's why we run so well, is because he's so good on the accounting side.
Exactly. He's a numbers guy and the systems guy, and you both work very, very hard in your business.
Yeah, there's a day that we'll start. Well, he starts at like 5 a.m, so he gets up.
Well, that's the other thing. He's a morning person, right?
He does his pot of coffee. He's down here shipping, and he's listing. When I get up at 7, he's already got 8, 9 listings up. So.
Now, once you get into a little bit about your system, how you run and promote your business, you said you pulse your sales, and you use promoted listings as well with eBay, right?
We do a flat 2% on everything, and
flat 2% on everything.
And I tried to every other day reload it, and then I was keeping a record of it.
Markesh, I don't know what time you popped into the stream, but we discussed that earlier. I mean, I'm going to repeat it obviously for you, but we did discuss that. That was one of the things, the changes that Bill and Dave made to their business was they expanded their reach of their sourcing, and they're going out on non-half price and dollar days. So again, you were out for about 8, 9 hours today sourcing, right?
Today we left at 8, and I was home by 5.
So you went like 90 miles northwest of your home is like your furthest point, and you worked your way back.
Yes. And
again, now you're sourcing on full price days.
Yes.
And you're finding better inventory.
Yes. And then yesterday I went to a local flea market out here at Roots in Manheim, Pennsylvania. And then from there, I hit 2 thrift stores, and I was home by 2:00.
Yeah, you're not doing like road trips. Like I know when you went to visit Casey in Florida, you did those. I mean, you're too busy running your business, basically.
Yes. Now we do.
I know you come into my area, the Philadelphia area, to visit your family, but I mean, that's personal time. That's not work time.
And we'll get a nudge in our butt, and we'll pop into a thrift store.
Still stores when you're down here? Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll pop in somewhere. We're actually planning on going cross country either late this year or early next year to celebrate our debt free of working and getting us debt free.
Okay.
So we were talking about how we're going to source in a cross track, if we'll be shipping stuff back or not. But we want to go from Pennsylvania to California.
Let me put Sharon's up here. She says, Bill, I like that you're going out on non-sale days in my area. That works very well for me too.
There you go.
Again, guys, and Randy and I discuss what Randy and I discuss offline sometimes. And that was some of the things we discussed. Everyone has different ways of doing things, guys. And, maybe what you're doing is working for you and maybe some things aren't working for you. But again, it's these old sayings. I always bring up these sayings, but any day I learn something new is a good day. Mm-hmm. Consider what other people are doing and maybe try it. Like we talked about selling remote controls. Mm-hmm. So I want to get into selling some remote controls. My friends are going to help me out with some remote controls. I purchased remote controls from them. I'm going to add that to my repertoire. I want to get out of more into hard goods and sell a lot less clothing, because to me it's a lot of work for a little profit. Now, granted, remote controls, you're not going to get rich selling remote controls, but my philosophy is it's going to trigger the eBay algorithm. Cassini, if I'm constantly listing and I'm selling things, if I'm only making $7-8, but if I can sell 2-3 remotes a day, maybe 8 to 10 a week, that works out, and then it's activity on my account that's going to trigger the algorithm, and hopefully I'll sell other things.
And that made me think of after Dave has the computer, because with our other computer, unfortunately, I'm on a MacBook. I can't transfer the pictures over to the other computer. So
because that's a PC, right?
We share this computer. So what I do is after about 9:30, I'll come down here and put my favorite YouTuber on, or my favorite show, or I'll play music, and I will record the sales from the previous day.
Right.
And then we do our gross. And then that's our total right here. And then I take our gross minus 33%, and that's actually the average. That is the price that we actually made that day. So for instance, last week we did, is this a completed week? Oh yeah. Like last week we did 1728 on eBay, 253. We did 1903 for the week, but we actually put $678 in our pocket.
Right.
That 33% covers all our cost of goods, all our fees, all our shipping, and all our taxes.
Right.
And then what Dave will do is twice a month we pull a draw, and he'll pull what we earned for the 2 weeks, and then money for the taxes, and then we put that into an envelope, and then come tax time, and we have to, because we pay quarterly.
Right. We
just go to that envelope. Here's the tax money. Here's the spending money, and I'm like, oh my God, I got a $1,000 bill. How am I going to pay it? We don't have that profit.
And you're not financing purchases on your credit cards. You're not getting in that trap again.
If we don't have the cash, we do not buy it.
You're not to buy it.
Neither one of us has credit cards. He refinanced his house about 5 years ago, so we're good there. We are running a debt-free business and a debt-free home. And I'm not to brag. It feels good after 59 years of life. I finally, got it through my thick skull, and my parents saying, meh, 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 that it finally,
once you touch on that, we're talking about that. Once you get in a little bit about the financial planning and your motivational gurus and stuff, why don't you get into that a little bit?
We started this business, like I said, and after eBay opened in 2018, we went down to visit Star, the Flippin' Hippo, in Pittsburgh for a weekend, and she loved the name of Dave Ramsey. 2 years later, here we are following his program. It took us about 6 to 8 months to really understand it. We use the Every Dollar app. We put our bills in the end of the month. We put the money in the bank that we need and anything left over. And we make ourselves envelopes for everything. Spending money, traveling money, groceries, electric, everything that we need is in an envelope so that we know the beginning of the month that the cash that's in the bank is the cash that's in the bank, and we don't have to worry about anything come like January, like today, and say, oh my God, I got an electric bill. What do I do?
Right.
Then we started with listening to Dave Ramsey. We heard of this gentleman called Les Brown, and he is a motivational speaker. And from that led to pretty much everybody else we listened to. Jim Rohn, that's what you see on the back wall.
Right.
Dave listens to a bunch of people. We listen to Wayne Dyer, which is a spiritual person. So we took the negative out of our lives. And as the old saying says, when you go up the elevator, you got to let some people off. And that's what we did. We got rid of all the negative.
Yeah.
Even on social media and stuff, if you know, it's just
social media can be negative. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. And I noticed since I've been doing, I do a daily post of a happy whatever day it is. I put up a motivational saying every day on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm noticing that the people that follow me are now actually doing it themselves.
We're positive people, and they're following your lead.
Yes. And I've gotten a lot of. I've had coworkers. Dave had a coworker he hasn't heard to in like a year that never talked to us at work is now like following us and saying thank you for the inspirational.
Oh, nice.
So so it's all come down to just be a better person. I get up every morning, I open up my windows, and I say thank God for the day I have. And
you don't have the job anymore. You're your own boss.
That's what I was just going to say.
Right.
As I'm opening up the curtain, I'm seeing neighbors get in their car.
Yeah.
In 6 inches of snow.
Right, cleaning off the car, and I guess I'm not sourcing today. I'm going to work on my listing and inventory,
and I come down, and Dave has the coffee waiting.
Yeah, you're ready to go. You got your workplace right in your home.
I love it. Yeah, Dave goes right at it in the morning. I'm more of like, give me at least 2 hours, and that's because I do my social media. I like to watch my
right.
I watch the CNBC
for
a little bit. And then like I said, and then I catch up on all my, I share my Poshmark in the morning as soon as I wake up. And that reminds me.
When you do your offers to watchers as well, right? You have a certain time you do that.
That reminds me. The other thing, and I started talking about my routine in the morning. I get on the computer, I check the sales, I see if there's any offers, and I go to watchers and I share. Now, jeans, I do a flat 6%. So if I have 20 watchers and 10 of them are jeans, on top of the sale, I will send an extra 6% sale to that because
you just take 6% off, and that's the offer you send out to the watchers.
And that still gives me like $2 or $3 to negotiate with.
Gotcha.
And then everything else I just look at, and if it's been in a store a while, I'll send them a really good price, and if it's a sneaker, I'll go like $1 or $2 below or near my. But I do that every morning, and I share Poshmark every morning, and then I come down here and record my sales for the day, make sure the store's on sale, and off and running with the photographs.
Right.
I was staying down here till like 6. I'm now trying to get myself where I have photographs and I'm done by 3. So by like 4 or 5, I can list, and I will list until the evening.
Gotcha.
And then 3 days a week, we'll work all the way up to bedtime. We'll do 12 to 16-hour days.
Wow.
In the business. But I mean, that's what a dinner break, a lunch break, a walk.
Yeah, but still. Yeah.
Right. And then
what's that, 2 hours out of 16? So you're still working like 14-hour day.
Yep. And then sourcing day, he will try to get listings up before we go out in the morning. And then Saturdays, obviously, if there's yard sales, we'll go out in the morning, and then that gives us time in the evening. But Sundays we have been trying to focus of just taking the complete day off, except for answering questions and stuff like that.
Sure.
Sundays we've been trying to do the whole day taking off. It's hard.
And that's the other thing, and then I brought up before on the show, is always respond to offers.
Yes.
I mean, even if they lowball, you respond because, the eBay algorithm, Cassini likes activity. So if they offer you, 10 cents on the dollar, you can respond. If you have something listed for $50, they offer you $10. You can come back at $40 or $45.
Yeah.
In eBay, like that, Cassini likes that activity.
If somebody's offering,
I made the mistake, and I discussed with other resellers. It's a rookie mistake, not responding to offers and just saying, automatic decline. No, Megan and I discussed that. No, always responds to offers.
Yes, even if it's $1.
Yep. Yep.
I'm down $1 off your price. And the other thing too is we've noticed, it hasn't happened recently, but we noticed like in the beginning when the customer declined that offer, within an hour, we sell
it full price.
Yes. We have had that happen quite a few times. And the other thing too, I'm surprised at Poshmark.
Right.
We get more people buying it outright and sending us an offer, more so than me sending offers out to the likers.
Okay.
On Poshmark. So, matter of fact, he's probably sharing now.
I want to share something while I'm thinking about it real quick. I'm just going to take you off screen for a minute here.
Sure.
Guys, I try to return back to things that we discussed. And my philosophy lately has been trying to have more of a theme show. I don't know if it's working or not, but that's what I've been doing anyway. So more of a theme show. So we had done the Facebook Marketplace with Sharon before, and we had done shipping fragile goods. So this is not fragile goods, but I just want to share something with you. I ordered a book for personal use, and this is how it arrived. I mean, it didn't arrive like this. Obviously, I opened it up, but in a manila envelope, just a regular with a piece of tape on it, and the book was wrapped in tissue paper. Now, guys, it's spring. It's rainy season. Sharon and I were talking offline. People have sprinkler systems. It rains. It was pouring here today. I got something else that I have to return tomorrow, but Amazon shipped it in a padded envelope that's waterproof. Now, Sharon discussed, wrapping everything in a plastic bag first before she puts it in, but this was sitting out on my front step, and it was pouring rain, but this is plastic. It protected it. So again, guys, I mean, I know all of you are experienced sellers, but if there's any, newer sellers that are watching the stream, I want to make sure you're aware of that, guys. Always ship properly. Do the right thing, under promise and over deliver. And when you ship a book out, especially a hardcover book, that the edges can get damaged. You just wrap it in tissue paper and put it in a vanilla envelope. That's not the way to ship it. And this book came from Minnesota, to New Jersey. So that's came a long ways. And the got beat up, but not too badly. And I didn't pay a lot of money for it, so I'm not going to complain. But do the right thing. So
yeah, and then we keep a chart. I keep a bulletin board over there with goals and how much we want a goal for the month and stuff. So
right.
We're almost getting there.
Right.
Did we pretty much cover everything?
Yeah, I just want to ask you if there are any questions in the chat, and also if you wanted to share anything as far as like I said, I have your Instagram, I have your eBay store, and I have your business page in the description below.
Yep.
You had mentioned your Poshmark store. You're going to send that to me, and I guess I can add it to the description later.
Yeah, we can. But right now, I can just give it to you real quick. It's at WFP DVR #1.
Right. Well, you can send that to me, in printed version. But yeah,
that later. So.
But you have a Poshmark, you have Macquarie, you have eBay. You do a little bit on Facebook Marketplace as well.
It was funny. Last week we did 3 Macquarie sales 3 days in a row, and then I haven't had a sale until like yesterday. So Macquarie's up and down. Facebook, I get maybe 4 a month, but I'm okay with that. Following Sharon's ways from your show a couple of weeks ago.
Sure.
So that's my next goal. But yes, we took the time off to get the shoes, and ever since I did the shoes, the sales have become. And I also follow Renzi's now. The shoe guys that are doing 6 figures on.
I believe that's RENZI. I believe.
Let me get it for you because I always.
I always forget too, but when you mentioned, I did search and I did add it to my subscriptions.
It is.
Thanks, Dawn. Appreciate you being here.
Where is it? I had it in here.
That's right.
RNZYNOW.
Okay.
They do not YouTube anymore. Well, they not as much. I mean,
okay. What do they do? Instagram?
Instagram, every Saturday, they usually do like an hour program.
On Instagram. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And he does.
So if you're interested in selling athletic shoes, that was what I was going to ask you too. I forgot to ask you. Sure. You pretty much got out of like men's dress shoes and things, right?
Yes,
pretty much
literally. Yep. Now, if I find like a cowboy boots or something.
So you will sell the boots. And you heard my pro tip about the pool noodles, right? For the cowboy boots. And I see if he's paying attention to my shows. So Bill's watching my shows.
So we bought these. But
yeah, you have a pool noodle in there to keep the shape of it.
If we
He's not
No,
listening to me.
pretty good.
No, that was one of the pro tips I dropped from watching Prof Sales and Karen. They would go to a dollar store, get the pool noodles, cut it to size, and they would stick the pool noodle in the boot to keep the shape of the boot.
Okay. Yeah, I have.
Thanks, Sharon.
Give me 1 second.
Sharon just posted the link to their Instagram in the chat. Thanks,
Sharon.
Sharon.
I use these guys, tubes. I'll use these.
Okay.
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we got ourselves a pretty good system going.
Yep.
We're on our way. Matter of fact, Dave and I were just talking. Well, probably another month or so, once I get the shoes really down, that we might go into something else and start studying that. We haven't decided what it is yet.
Okay.
And then move that into the store slowly.
Gotcha.
But we have changed our whole business model. We're just like, because we were all over the place.
Yeah, basically what you did was niche down and put your head to the grindstone. To work harder
and then
work smarter.
Yeah, and then went on to the next.
And then when you're sourcing, you figured you go out on 9.5 price days because there'd be better quality items possibly, and there is.
Yeah, because I mean,
you expanded your reach instead of just going locally. You figure, well, if I go out to this area, maybe there's more affluent communities, let's say, and they're better quality product, and there was.
As you say, that is a pro tip.
Right.
We do it on yard sale day, and it's not embarrassing to do. When you map out your yard sales, look for the higher priced homes and go into that area.
Absolutely.
Because you will, the better product that's out there for yard sale, basically.
And that's the other thing, guys, just a reminder, most of you probably already know that, but Craigslist is no longer being listed on Yard Sale Treasure Map. They lost their agreement to list that. So that's another issue. So you need to check Craigslist, check Facebook Marketplace, join the local yard sale groups on Facebook.
Yeah,
because that'll help you when you're trying to plan your activity.
I just opened up my Yard Sale Treasure Map and I hit Saturday.
And there's virtually nothing.
And I get no results at all. Now
they can't use Craigslist anymore.
Well, it's Easter weekend too. I get that.
Well, that too. It's Easter weekend. Yep.
Last Saturday, I had this would have had because it was nice out, probably 50 marks, and it only had maybe 10. So yes, it's going to be a little bit harder to source.
Bill is located in Lancaster County.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Yes, it's actually
Millersville. Okay.
Millersville is actually the town.
Okay.
So
Randy had a question. Randy's up in Allentown.
Okay. Hey Randy, how are you?
I mentioned to some people offline. Eventually, when I get my second shot and I get my quote unquote immunity, I'm still going to be masking. So don't take it personal, guys. That's my choice. I'm going to go up and I'm going to visit Randy's operation. So I think that would be a neat tour to take.
Any other questions that you had?
I was going to say we're going to see if there's any other questions. Sharon says nextdoor.com has yard sale listings as well.
That's true. That. Thank you, Sharon, because I have that app too. Oh, here's another tip, and I'm sure I don't know if anybody knows about this. Freealerts.com.
Not aware of that at all.
It looks like that.
Okay.
And basically what happens is you basically all day long your phone will ding. And now I put in a 15-mile radius, and it is telling me some of this stuff that's available.
So is that kind of like a Google search type of thing, and you get alerts?
It is pulling from Craigslist, Let Go, Facebook Marketplace, and a couple other things. And you can see it tells you. I have not chased any of this down yet.
Right.
I turned it off for the show.
Right.
But if I didn't turn this off, Adam would be yelling at me.
Yes.
And Saturday afternoons.
I don't yell. I just.
I know. But to let you guys know, around 12:30 till about 4 or 5 in the afternoon on a Saturday, this phone will go crazy because people are doing yard sales and they just put it out in the corner. So that's somewhere else that you can look for free.
Sharon, thank you, Sharon. Sharon typed that in the chat.
Thank you, Sharon.
Sharon, you're all over it today. Thank you. You're doing a great job.
So I think we pretty much covered.
I think we pretty much covered everything, guys. Just a reminder: make sure you hit that thumbs up before you leave, and make sure that you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, YouTube is a way of unsubscribing people and turning off the notifications. So make sure you do that. And again, I mentioned before, guys, I do this mainly to help you and myself, but if you feel you're getting some value out of it, I do have a couple ways you can help me out a little bit. I have PayPal, I have Buy Me Coffee, et cetera, et cetera. So,
and if anybody,
I don't see any other questions. Let me see.
If anybody,
I did bring that up, Shasha. Thank you. I did bring up that today is the last day to use your eBay store coupon if you have it. Absolutely.
And real quick,
Thank you for mentioning that. I did mention it earlier.
Real quick, if anybody wants to get a hold of me, the easiest way to get a hold of me is through Instagram or through Facebook Messenger.
On your business page, you have Facebook Messenger, yes.
Or even through my regular name, Bill Penny.
Right.
I don't mind. I will lose your email because we get so many emails because I got eBay and Poshmark sales connected to it.
Right.
So the easiest way to get a hold of me is DM me through Instagram, and that's Gnome_frog, or on my Facebook page, Bill Penny, and just look for the picture of Dave and I with a bunch of kids in the back, or on my business page, Gnome and the Frog, because my Instagram or my email just gets lost.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Oh, and we came up with this little contraption too to put it.
What is it?
So it'll look like this, so you don't lose your spot.
Oh, cool.
It's something else they've created.
He's very organized. Gotta give him credit for that.
But yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. Our goal is to hit 6 figures by the end of this year. Hopefully, I mean, we seem to be on pace to do that. That is our goal.
Right.
So we hit a milestone today with one of our numbers.
Great.
So, so yeah, just work at it. We're motivated to do this every morning. The cha-ching on the phone gets us motivated every day.
Absolutely.
Seeing those neighbors drive away in the car gets us motivated every day. So, matter of fact, one of my best friends just quit his other. He left one job to try a part-time job. It didn't work, and now he's full-time.
So they did go back to the full-time reselling.
Yes, yes. A certain somebody.
Okay, guys. I mentioned the last few shows, your time is your most valuable asset. So I want to thank Bill for taking his time to share with you and myself his knowledge and help us grow our businesses. And I want to thank everybody for that in the chat and watches the replay. And I appreciate you all being here. Make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up on your way out. We'll see you next Wednesday, guys. Thanks for being here.
Bye, guys. Take care.